Hey, it fucking locked up, so I had to reboot it or something. What the hell? Why is it saying 36 hours? Weird. Looks like it's working now. I got an ad and shit. So welcome. I assume I'm in the right fucking chat room here. Alright, yeah, we're all good now. I can actually read the chat now instead of just fucking sticking around. Though only 4 of you made it over from the premiere. Well, now there's 8 of yous and shit. Anyways, it's my last night on the Kenworth. Tomorrow I'll be getting an International, 2021 International, brand new truck, and I'll be moving all my shit. I got all my what's your 20 in Tennessee. I'm in between Nashville and Memphis for the night. I don't want to like get all specific, you know, even though it's pretty hard to swat me. I still try and be cautious when I'm live streaming and shit. But yeah, I'm a couple hours away from Memphis, so I'll be running in there in the morning and shit. Internationals are good and shit. Shipwrecked. I drive a 2020 International, huh? Well, I drove an International, was it 4 years ago? And it was okay. It was comfortable. For me, it's not so much on whether or not it's great going down the road or pulling hills. It's how comfortable it is in here where I spend all my fucking time. And this Kenworth's been pretty comfortable, but the truck itself has been a piece of shit. It's been breaking. The air conditioner's shitty, so it's been a journey. And then the other driver that backed into it. I mean, this truck's been through a lot, and I think the company just said fuck it. So and shit, but yeah. So that'll be what I do all day tomorrow, aside from delivering this load. I have to deliver it before I can go get the truck. Shit. Hello, Lauren. It should be the same amount of room and shit. You got the new truck last year. See, I wonder how long I'm going to keep the new truck, because, you know, I'm prone to taking long amounts of time off. And I'm probably going to I'll probably have it through the winter, because I don't plan on taking any extended vacations during the winter, but next summer there'll be some vacation shit going. I've got a 21 Cascadia, love the battery powered APU system. Having AC without screwing out your mileage is nice. So yeah, I don't think I'm getting an APU, but I don't really need one, to be fair. Most of the time I don't have to idle at night. Like, the truck's not idling right now, and I got the Jackery to power my shit. And what I do is I hook a fan and I put it up in the top window, and I hook that to the Jackery and let the fan run all night, and then that circulates the air through the whole truck. And if it's like below 80 degrees out, it gets fairly comfortable in here. So did you downsize when you were in New York? Yes, I did. I'm down to a duffel bag, a backpack, my 4 plastic totes. Basically, I can seamlessly move in between the Prius in here. There was some shit that I left on the truck, like my toilet and that kind of stuff. So I'll probably downsize a little more, but I do have a lot less shit with me on the truck right now than I did. And part of that's in anticipation of having to move trucks, but ultimately I want to get the amount of shit I have down to more of a manageable level and shit. What year is this Kenworth? I don't know. It's old. It's got like close to 400,000 miles on it. So however long it takes to do that. How's the fridge doing? The fridge is doing fine. It's keeping my shit cold. Memphis is sweaty this time of year. It was kind of rainy in Kentucky and Tennessee today. So it's probably going to be humid tonight and shit. So, which national park do you want to go to next? Not including us. Well, Yosemite's off the list until California gets their head out of their ass. I wouldn't mind going to, I don't know if it's a national park, but Moab is high on my list. And since it's going to get a little cooler, that might be a possible destination and shit in the future. Grand Canyon too is on there somewhere. And shit. Arches is in Moab. Is that a national park? Arches? I don't know. What do you think of rolling 48s? I just started with this IF regimen and it feels pretty darn good, working towards filling the truck with keto foods instead of junk. LOL. If you're talking about ADF, is in 48 hours eat time, 48 hours fasting, it's doable. If you're keto, it'll be especially doable. I don't find it necessary to go that long. It's just 36 hours is about what I average on ADF, just from the natural flow of things, because I don't eat in the morning when I get up. I always drink coffee with fat in it. So for me, that's just kind of, but if it works for you, it'll probably get you results a little quicker than 24 ADF or 36 ADF. So I was all over I-70 this past week. Fires in Colorado shut down I-70 for almost 100 miles. Wow, that's good to know. I hope they don't send me that way, because I'm out for 3 weeks on this run, and then I go back to New York is the next stop off, and I'm going to do some backpacking in the Adirondacks during that and shit. Lauren Baker, what do you think about the mass exodus from cities in some states? I'm ready. What's one of the reasons I'm out here as a nomad is because cities suck right now. Like, I don't enjoy cities anymore. And I like doing both kinds of shit. I like doing touristy shit, and I like going out hiking and climbing and exploring nature too. I can do both. But right now, I'm more like, today I didn't leave the truck. I've been in this truck for the last 2 days. I haven't left the truck. I even shit in here. Well, I take it back. I left the truck to remove the bag of shit from when I shit and to put in the trash. And other than that, I've been on this truck for 2 days now. And just because I don't feel like getting out because of all the stupidity. Everywhere I go with all the fucking mask bullshit, and it just, I'm not in the mood to even fucking deal with it. So yeah, that's what I think about everybody leaving cities. And I know I'm not alone. There's a lot of motherfuckers that were in South Dakota, more so than usual. Even with Sturgis, like all the campgrounds, even the public land stuff was pretty packed when I was there. And I think you're going to see lots of the more freer states with a rise in population. Because some cities are just being destroyed. Like New York City, I guess, is being completely destroyed financially. And you'll see New York City end up, remember when Detroit went bankrupt? It's probably going to be like that for New York City. Lots of zombie properties and that kind of shit. So, Ryan, did you ever use coconut oil for fat fasts or just heavy cream? I always just use heavy cream. I never really felt the need to do coconut oil. It's either been heavy cream or butter has been my fat sources and shit. Donna, back on keto, lost 5 pounds more total with cheating, is now 35 pounds. So, well, I'm glad you're back on keto and shit. Shipwrecked, I look for porta-johns as much as possible. I try and dodge truck stops and mask requirements. I got the good old luggable loo on the truck. So I'm going to educate you on how to shit. in a vehicle, you get this fucking thing, which is currently in trash can mode. Don't worry, there's no shit in here. I wouldn't do that to you. But then there's like a toilet lid that comes right on here. I actually put another bag inside this bag, along with some paper towels for some absorbent shit. And then I sit down and I scroll through my feed on my phone while I take a nice comfortable shit in the privacy of my truck. And then I immediately get the fuck out and, you know, if I'm parked near a trash can or what have you, I'll just go throw it out, you know, same way people would throw out diapers or any of that shit, along with my piss jugs. But if I'm in the middle of nowhere and I don't have the opportunity to throw it out, I tie it to the spare tire until I can get somewhere. So the spare tire is like kind of my curb while I'm waiting for the trash. So it's glamorous to shit on the road. It's really great. And I've grown to like shitting that way more than going into the truck stop now. Like, I'm no longer worrying about being grossed out with someone else's brown splatter all over the fucking bowl, you know, all the disgustingness that goes on in truck stop bathrooms. Don't even get me started. So it's kind of nice just shitting in a bag. You know, a lot of people look down on it in the van life community, and I'm just like, you know what? It's better than the fucking public restroom in most cases, in my book. You know, but you got to get the fuck out. You can't leave it in your truck. If you leave it in your truck, your entire truck's going to smell like shit. You got to get it out as soon as you're done. So be prepared. Pull your pants up after you wipe and get the fuck out with it. You don't want to leave that shit in your truck. You know, and there's probably drivers that do. That's the scary part. So glad I live in the country, Melissa Lewis. Well, you might be getting new neighbors. The people leaving the cities are going somewhere. Question is, are they going to fuck up wherever they're going? Since they fucked up their cities, let's go out to the rural areas and fuck that up too. Let's just fuck it all up. You know, and hearing from some people that live in rural areas, they don't want you. They don't want you to move there. They're like, nope, we're good. You stay in your city that you fucked up and fix it. So, Lauren Baker, Vegas is under heat warning. We were told to try not to use power between 2 and 9 p.m. today because there may be rolling blackouts. Yeah, try and stay cool. You know, be prepared to stay cool. This is a time where be a good time to get your vehicle going, you know? Get the air conditioner going, and I don't know. Idling a regular car isn't the same as a Prius, but that's what I would do. If they were talking rolling blackouts, I'd go off the grid and shit. Have you hit like today? Thanks, Little Viking Coach. Lauren Baker, can't wait to go international. A nice Marriott in Bali. I don't know if we're ever going to get back to international travel, Lauren. You know, I'd like to do some international travel. I can afford to do international travel currently. I just can't leave the country. I can't even go back to fucking New York. Cuomo said if I go back to New York, he's going to fucking quarantine my ass. Talking about international travel, I can't even go to my home state without fear of fucking the contact tracer police coming and shoving a thermometer up my asshole to determine if I have fucking COVID or not, and then giving me 2 weeks off. Fucking Cuomo. Sorry, I recently watched his latest speech, and it might have triggered me a little bit. Shit. Just not sure which countries are taking Americans right now. I thought none. I think we're on the shit list for everybody. So, was 130 in Death Valley. Yeah, I saw that, Little Viking Coach, and I was very glad that I was not there, especially in this truck, because the AC was struggling at 110. I'm betting it would completely suck at 130. But I got to knock on wood because they could send me to California. They got a lot of freight that moves around inside the state that apparently don't have enough people there that drives, because they keep wanting me to do local shit when I'm there, and I'm just like, yeah, no, not so much. Honest as fuck, come to Canada when they open the border, that is. Well, I actually want to go to Canada. I want to go to Nova Scotia and some of the, you know, deep back big badass bush that you guys got up there in Canada. But you're right, the border's closed. I can't even cross the fucking border. And it's literally like right there. Like I could do it in a day. It's a fucked up world we live in. Truck drivers are allowed in Canada. I'm sure I am if I'm hauling a load, but unfortunately the company I work for no longer has a Canada fleet, so we don't have any freight crossing the border. So if I go to Canada, I have to go in my personal vehicle with a passport and be like, hey, please don't arrest me. I don't have COVID. I'm from New York, and masks work according to Cuomo. So we're good, right? I can come. And shit. Are you OTC or local, Class A or Class B? I am Class A over the road. 48 states is what I do right now. And shit. Gene Barrel, I tried. So I would love to go to Canada occasionally, but I really only want to go to Canada as a tourist now. I did the crossing the border shit for 3 years as a trucker, and I gotta say I don't miss it. And now with all of this COVID shit, I could only imagine that they're putting the blue gloves on and sticking 3 fingers in your asshole to figure out if you got COVID or not. And I just really, yeah, no, I'm good. I'll go as a tourist when Trudeau decides that it's okay, you know, or something. Lauren Baker, what's interesting observations can you share about nomad life post South Dakota? What do you mean nomad life post South Dakota? As in when I left South Dakota, or? Not sure what you're asking there. I'm Class A regional, out and back. I don't like doing regional because it gets monotonous. I do like variety, and I like kind of, OTR is a very slower, like they gave me 3 days to go 1,000 miles, and I can take my time, work 7 or 8 hours a day. Worked a little more today, so I have more time for the truck moving tomorrow, but it's pretty much, I don't want to go back to like regional or local work. I'll bounce in and out of OTR is my path forward in trucking. But I will be taking extended, I'll call them mini retirements, as I save enough money to support that. Might mean I swap companies, I don't know. But for now, I'll keep coming to this company. They keep hiring me, I'll keep coming back. So, yes, your trip and all the campers. As far as nomad in South Dakota, I would find it very easy because it's very nomad friendly there. I mean, you've got like the mail forwarding places that cater to them. The truck stops all cater to nomads. Like when I stayed in South Dakota at the Flying J there, I was parked behind so many fucking van lifers. I mean, and not just normal like fucking Instagram chicks wearing fucking bikini van lifers. We're talking the motherfucker in the 1972 fucking Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme fucking with rust in 7 different colors and fucking no window on one side. They were sleeping there too. So, you know, it definitely was a wide variety between people who are probably homeless nomads and people that were intentional, because you also saw the Sprinter vans with the solar panels, the fucking huge $150,000 RVs, and so, you know, and nobody fucks with you. No, you don't get to knock on the window. Your neighbors don't fuck with you. I didn't have any problem. I slept like a baby there. And there's plenty of public places too, in the grasslands particularly. The Black Hills might be a little more rough because there's a lot of trying to get money out of your ass in the Black Hills. But hell, the first fucking spot I found in the Badlands, you guys saw that. That was free. And you can go for 14 days. And you know what? You go for 14 days, then you drive to the truck stop, resupply for a few days, hang out, and then you come back for another 14 days. I don't know how that works, how long you got to be gone to reset that 14-day clock. But Yeah, South Dakota is great for nomad life, but it's not the only place I'm going to do that. You know, I'm going to go to a whole bunch of other different places, but this is part of my nomad life here too, you know. So, going back and forth between them and shit. Did you look into drive away jobs? No, I'm good for now on the job front. When the time comes, when I do my mini retirements, I might look into other seasonal type trucking jobs here and there. But for now, I'll stick with this company if they put up with me. You know, because I make good money when I'm here, so I can't complain. And the equipment's, this truck isn't, but the truck I'm getting is pretty good. So, you know, I'm not picky. As long as I can get a paycheck for a while and live comfortably on the road, then and pile up money so that I can do my travel thing in my leisure time. That, you know, I'm not really picky about any of that, really. Now just think about shit. Okay. Shipwreck. Living full-time in a truck is by far the best thing I've ever done. So much money saved, and I stay away from the COVID. Yeah, it's essentially, I am probably more socially distanced than anyone in this, because literally, other than going to buy my groceries, and the customers, I deal with customers, so there's that. But that's once every day, every other day, sometimes 3 days. I go in between customers. And Walmart, I go once a week. I begrudgingly put my fucking mask on, and below my nose, of course. And then I fill the fucking
surprise,
fridge up
motherfucker,
with a bunch of fucking food and shit. And then I'm good. I don't have to go in. In the morning, I wake up, I make my coffee, and I just roll the fuck out. So, yeah. And I prefer, like, rest areas. I'm at a truck stop today, but if I can, I'll stay at a rest area in the middle of nowhere over a truck stop nowadays. Where it used to be the opposite, you know? So, but yeah, you just fucking, if you like being a nomad and you like traveling and money is a problem, trucking is a great way to do it full time. But if you want the freedom, you're gonna have to bounce in and out of trucking. So save. That's my theory is I will pile up money, you know, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 grand. I'll pile up, and then I'll take fucking 6 to 8 months off and drive across the country, go to all the places I want to go. And then as the money runs a little thin, I'll come back to the company I work for if they let me. If not, I'll find another job and probably get hired, because nobody likes driving trucks, apparently. So, our Greasy Spoon dinners still available in your area. Love the food. Yeah, I can still go to different restaurants. Iron Skillet is about the only decent one out here, in my opinion, as far as truck stops go. Because I can go in there and get a ribeye, or, you know, Denny's sometimes if I want an omelet. But other than that, no. There's not a lot of good truck stop diners. It's all fucking fast food nowadays, it seems. It's not, you know, I'm sure, like, as you get out in the middle of nowhere, you come across a lot more of those. But if you're just going to the chains, they all got the same shit. And, you know, it's really the best food that you're going to get is when you can park and Uber somewhere. If you're just parking at the truck stop or the Walmart, you're pretty much stuck with whatever's around there and shit. I think BLM land, you just have to move 2 miles. Oh, that's good to know. But that's, I don't know if that's different for national grassland, was what I was talking about earlier. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the rules go when I'm out there. But this winter, I'll be in this truck for the majority of it. I'm still going to have normal time off, and do things within a 3 to 5 day time span that I can do, depending on how long I stay out. But other than that, when the winter is here, I'll mostly be working. You know, except when the snow sucks. I am a little worried that they're going to send me into the fucking mountains, and that they got the chain laws, and I've never put chains on a truck. My entire fucking career, never once chained up a truck, and I don't want to chain up a truck. So I'll endeavor to stay on the East Coast as much as possible in the winter. So, Iron Skillet. Yep, that's the place, Lauren. You can get ribeyes there. It's the only truck stop that has ribeyes. Well, only chain truck stop. You can find like mom and pop truck stops here and there that have some decent food, but they're rare. You should film cooking in truck, car, go niche market. Well, I kind of already done that, Mackie. I don't think anybody gave a shit as far as my analytics went. I didn't get like any extra hits. I don't know that anybody's looking to cook with all electric in their vehicle nowadays. But I'll probably do more cooking on the truck videos at some point.
Surprise, motherfucker!
LaFawn, it was fun to see you cook in the truck. I'll do it again, but I always cook the same shit. I mean, are you guys gonna watch me make my fucking hamburger shit and my ribeyes? How long you guys gonna want to see of those? Sorry, my ringtone. I should probably turn my ringtone down because it's really surprising a lot of motherfuckers. All right, hold on. All right, it's silenced. You gotta, if you know what that's from, then you're a good person. You've got good taste in TV shows if you know where that came from. Do you need to idle to cook? No, I don't. I use the Jackery, which is up there, right by the fridge there. I just throw that in the fucking driver's seat. Oh, fucking, sorry. I just throw that in the driver's seat and put the induction cooker on this table that my laptop's on right now. And then I cook. And then I do my dishes. Right over there. I got rid of the big red faucet thingy and I just pour water on shit now. Or I take it in. Another thing I've been doing is taking it in and like washing it in the bathroom or the rest area and shit. I find that is a little bit easier to do than washing dishes on the truck, though. Like I said, I didn't leave the truck today, so I was literally pouring water on my dishes to rinse them off. That would be correct, Gene Burrill, Dexter and shit. But no, the only time I need to idle really is when I want to run the AC. The Jackery will handle whatever I throw at it at night, and then while I'm driving during the day, it's plugged into 12 volt and it recharges. Or actually, this time I've left it plugged in to 12 volt all the time, so it's always recharging, even when the truck's not running. It's just pulling some of the juice that's in the batteries on the truck and it's taking it for itself. And I ran the fan all night last night, and I was in the 98% range on the Jackery when I woke up in the morning, and the truck didn't run low. I didn't get a shut-off alarm or any of that shit. So I just leave the Jackery hooked to 12 volts all the time, so it's always recharging, and it'll go from 0 to full in 17 hours, but I never have had it that low. Like, the lowest I've ever had the Jackery is maybe 40%, and that's like I made coffee and then cooked something and did a whole bunch of shit. So it's not a big deal to cook with electric anyway. It must feel roomy being in the truck after the Prius. It does. It is more comfortable in here, but honestly, that's only the sleeping is more comfortable. As far as my office setup, I actually like it in the Prius when I have the back seat up and I put my fucking laptop desk next to me and got the AC blowing and all of that. I actually enjoyed working and editing during that. So, because that's how I edited the Badlands video, was in the back of the Prius. And so they both have their pros and cons. This obviously does have more space, But what can happen when you got more space is you start to accumulate more shit. And then you got to manage all that shit whenever you do stuff like change trucks, or when you go home on home time and the truck needs to go in the shop. You don't want to leave anything in, because they generally just leave it unlocked and sitting. So, yeah. So they both have their pros and cons, which is why I do both. And shit. Greg Stevens, try the butane camp stove, $20 and faster, and get a real good steer. I honestly, I've been carrying around a fucking propane burner the whole time, and I'm to the point now where I'm going to get rid of it. Like I got to go sit at a picnic table and burn it out so that I can throw it away legally. But other than that, I don't see the need to go back to propane unless I'm like way off the grid. As long as I can have electric and solar, I think I can keep cooking. It depends on how long the fucking Jackery lasts too. I do know after a year or two it probably won't charge all the way up to 100%, but from what I hear, you can still use it even if it doesn't hold a full charge anymore. So I use battery plus air fryer for everything. I've never gotten into the air fryer thing, Lauren. Shipwreck, do you have auto start stop feature on your truck where it starts automatically? Nope. I wish. I had a truck that does it on a thermostat once. That was nice, where it would just start, run the AC at full blast, and then shut off. It's not hard to install that on a truck. I don't know why trucking companies never did it, because it would have saved them a lot of fuel and idling costs. I am a little worried that the new truck is not going to allow me to idle, because they do have some of them trucks where you got to step on the gas after 2 minutes to keep it idling, and then you got to do it again or it'll shut off. So I'm hoping that the new truck doesn't become a pain in the ass for that reason. So Donna, did they fix the front end of the truck from the bumper damage? Nope. They didn't do a fucking thing. This thing was sitting right where I parked it while I was gone and shit. So, yeah. But it'll be exciting to be in a spanking new truck, even if it might have new technology to fuck with me. It's already halfway drives for me as it is. Set the trailer brakes and leave the tractor released. It'll idle all night. I will try that, but there's some trucks that even shut off, because if I remember right, the International I had 4 years ago, even if you're just sitting in traffic too long, it fucking, I don't know what it is, it cut off on me. So, and then you gotta tap the gas or it'll not go. So I'll figure it out. I'll watch YouTube videos on how to fuck with it if it's like that. I might try and bribe a mechanic to disable the idle shut off. Could happen. And shit. But yeah, how long have I been fucking streaming for? I would be able to tell, except that it says I've been streaming for 36 hours, 38 minutes and 43 seconds, which is completely not true. You gotta fuck with the new F-150s like that. Oh, you can't idle an F-150? First name, last name. What's your, that's a brilliant name, by the way. What's your favorite trucking tech that helps you out? Honestly, if I had to pick one thing, it would probably be an APU. I've never had a truck that's had one, so I couldn't tell you. But other than that, an inverter, just a really good pure sine wave inverter, goes a long way. And this truck came with one of those, but of course I had electrical problems in the beginning because I put a college dorm old fucking fridge in here and it burned it the fuck out. So 33 minutes, all right, that's good. So Like they stop because of weird environmental laws. It's not just that, LaFon. They make us do diesel exhaust fluid as it is because of the weird environmental laws. But it's mainly a company thing. They do it because they want to not spend money on you burning fuel, and they'd rather you sit in here and sweat like a motherfucker, which kind of brings up a point on why I choose the Prius over a van for my nomadic off the truck shit. Staying cool is important to me. If I'm going to live in any kind of vehicle, I have to be able to stay cool when I sleep. If I can't stay cool when I sleep, I don't sleep very well. I wake up sweating, and then I can't get back to sleep, and it's a whole fucking thing. So I have to have AC. And I've done a lot of research into whether or not to get a van, because I thought about it. Prius is pretty good, but van would be bigger. And from what I can tell, it's a nightmare for heat and cooling compared to the Prius. Like the Prius, I just leave it run. $1.50 to $2 a night, and I'm climate controlled. Whereas the van, you can't just idle because it might kill you from the fucking fumes. And it also puts a strain on the engine and shit. So you end up having to insulate the fuck out of it. And even then, that doesn't work because I saw that, it might take longer to heat up, but throughout the day, the insulated van heats up, and then fucking later, when you're trying to go to bed and it's 70 degrees outside at night, your van is still fucking 90 degrees because of all the insulation. And then it takes another 3-4 hours for it to cool down to the outside temperature. So the fucking, staying cool is a thing. And trucking companies, they never gave a shit about that in the early days. They would bitch at you if your idle was up. You'd get Qualcomm messages saying, why the fuck is your idling? I'm like, because I'm trying to sleep, dickhead. Turn off your AC in your fucking office before you call me, fucking assholes. And I think for many years, truckers have been pissing in that pool, and they finally stopped it. The company I work for now has not bitched at me for my idle time at all. The truck that I'm currently in doesn't currently shut off or anything. But for me, if I can't fucking keep the truck running at night, my time will be short-lived at the company. It's important for me to get sleep if you're going to have me drive around an 80,000-pound vehicle with dickheads that can't fucking drive all over the fucking road. I can't tell you how many times I almost got killed today, but, it's a daily thing. And a lot of companies, they never took care of us, but now there's such a shortage of fucking drivers that they'll practically suck our dick to get us in this truck, so hey, if they're gonna put up with some AC, plus fuel costs are way down right now. It was really bad when like diesel was over $3 or close to $4 a fucking gallon. They were really bitching then, but now it's like $2.30 a gallon for diesel, which is way cheap and shit. It's surprising that your company doesn't have that. I can only fully idle below -10 or above 80 degrees. The new truck might be that, because this used to be an owner-op truck that they repurposed to me, which is, I guess. But there might be a ruling on that. But there's things you can do with the thermostat one to make the thermostat fucked up. So there's that. So I hope it's not something stupid with the new truck. That is the one trepidation I have about this new truck, is if I can't stay cool at night. And I do the best, like if it's 70 out, I run the fan. Like it's probably going to be nice tonight. Like I haven't had the truck on. I got the windows closed right now, and I'm not fucking sweating my balls off yet. So I'm probably going to be able to use the fan to blow all the diesel fumes from the idling truck next to me into here so that I die of asphyxiation in my sleep, but I'll be comfortable when that happens. It's cool. Those bastards seems kind of jerky of companies considering you guys practically live in the trucks. Yep, and that's why it's a revolving door in a lot of companies, is they treat us like we're not human beings. And we, when they put first put cameras in here, I was just like, oh my God, fuck you. And then so many people rebelled against that because they had inward facing cameras too. So you'd be driving down the road, some drivers, I don't know, they might drive naked from the waist down. I don't know if that ever happens out here. But the fucking camera was inward facing and outward facing, and it got audio and all of that. So everybody was bitching, and they disabled the inward facing cameras. But you still got audio in the outward facing cameras. So if you're getting hot and heavy on that phone sex line, and while you're driving and the fucking thing is kicking off, guess what? Your boss is going to look at you in a whole new way. But yeah, when they put all of that shit in, that's not consideration. They explained they were doing it for our benefit because it would provide evidence to support whether or not an accident is our fault. And it does only kick on in short bursts, but it kicks on for stupid shit. You hit a fucking hard bump, that thing will kick on. You overspeed it all, that thing will kick on. You take a turn too quick, it kicks on. You get too close to the vehicle in front of you, it kicks on. If you don't stop long enough at a stop sign, it kicks on. I mean, it's just constantly, there's like hundreds of little clips. Like, I think in starting a new YouTube channel of the random fucking clips of this fucking camera kicking on. And of course, earlier in my a few months ago, this camera thing was an issue because it kicked on 4 times in a row for one stretch of highway that I was going a little over the fucking company speed limit on. And I got 4 separate, because it has this point system to determine whether or not you're a good enough driver and if they're going to fire you or not. And they wanted to fire me because they had 4 fucking incidents, even though it was within like a 12-minute time frame. The camera kicked off 4 times and racked up a whole shit ton of points, and I popped up on safety's radar, and they're just like, well, fuck him. And my boss and her boss went to bat for me, and I'm still here. That's how that worked out. And all the points fall off over time, so I'm good there. But yeah, they're starting to care a little bit more about how comfortable we are out here, but that wasn't always the case. And it's not every company. Some companies still could give 2 shits about you, and they'll put you in a piece of shit box, with a stick shifter, and that's all you got. And if those are the companies you're working for, you might want to move along, Inward facing and audio, hell no. That's what I said. I used to put duct tape over it. And then, the first day, later on they disable it, but I had duct taped that from day one. I'm like, you don't need to fucking look at me while I'm driving. I'm not fucking, I consider this my home. Yes, you own it, but while I'm occupying it, I'm essentially a fucking renter or an occupant, and I'm entitled to you not staring at me randomly throughout the day. What if I'm picking my nose or some shit? I don't know. So, but yeah. What is your company speed limit? 70. LaFawn, sweet, and my husband drove a car for AT&T, and the warning system in the car didn't work. It would warn him against cars that weren't even there. Oh, my favorite is when the truck slams on the brakes. It has adaptive cruise control. And if you're not careful and somebody pulls out in front of you, it'll slam on the engine brakes. And if there's anybody behind, because there's no brake lights when this happens, so if there's anybody behind you, they could run right in your fucking ass. So yeah, the whole smart truck shit is dumb as shit. That's why I'm confident we won't have self-driving vehicles anytime soon, because the technology just isn't there yet, and shit. Or if it sees an overpass, yep, that's too true too. It could hit something just the right way, or if the turn is too tight. I've had that happen too. All these sensors and shit designed to protect the world, and people are still fucking doing stupid shit out here, driving up people's asses. I can't tell you how many other truck drivers I see with less than 4 or 5 feet from the vehicle in front of them, going 70 miles an hour, at least, because they blow past me, 70, 75-ish, riding the ass of the fucking little Toyota fucking vehicle in front of them, or the little minivan with the family in it. You know, all because they want to get down the road and the other car's going slow, and they just can't back off and wait for an opportunity, which is what you're supposed to do. And just, I see that all day. And from truck drivers. These are professionals, mind you. You gotta have following distance, because shit happens. I've seen plenty of shit happen, and if I didn't have my follow, there's been multiple times in my career where shit has happened right in front of my truck, and because I maintained that following distance, I didn't get all wrapped up in it. And you know, I don't know how many people have to die before the fucking truckers start driving properly. So I don't fully trust those cruise controls. I trust them to deal with certain situations. I wouldn't drive them in like city traffic. But if you're like in the middle of fucking Utah, you're probably good. You can't just trust it though. You still got to drive the truck. You know, you got to keep an eye on it. If you feel like you're getting too close, then it's time to kick the cruise off and slow down. But, you know, what does it matter when people are riding people's asses everywhere? I train so I get passed all day. Nice. It's okay to get passed. What I do is I wait for an opportunity. Like, if there's an asshole going slow in front of me, I slow down to their speed or lower if I have to back off of them a bit. And then I wait for all the impatient fucks. There's usually a line of 6 of them, maybe 10, depending on where I'm at. All the impatient fucks. They're just trying to get down the road, riding inches off each other's bumper, trying to get down the fucking road. I wait for them to get out of the way. Once they're out of the way and I see that there's a big gap, then I'll get out and pass, because I'm slow too. I can only go 68. You know, the trucks govern at 68. Our company limits 70. So, you know, and then I can take my time and pass the slow fucker in front of me. Sometimes it takes a little too long because the dickhead, and I hate people who do this, like I'll be fucking passing them. They were going slow as fuck. I start passing them. They say, oh shit, somebody's passing me, and they speed up. So then I'm out in the fucking hammer lane driving every impatient fuck that's riding off my bumper nuts because the dickhead next to me decides to speed up when I try and pass him. And then everyone's not pissed at him, they're pissed at me. It happens, though. And shit. What's up, OMAD? Wish I had gotten my Class A CDL instead of my Class B. I don't know. You can do a lot with a Class B. You make more money with a Class A, though. I just go 62. It's not fighting all of the other truckers' vehicles when trying to fight and get ahead. I just go as fast as I can go without, you know, fucking breaking the law or putting anyone in danger. As far as even at 68, most of the time I'm still getting passed. But I do keep in mind that the amount of money I make is directly tied to how fast I'm going. So if I can go 68, I'm going to go 68, even if that's 2 miles an hour faster than the dickhead that I'm trying to pass. You know, and if that means I spend a little extra time pissing people off in the hammer lane behind me, so be it. I still try and wait until there's a big gap. Like, I'll let everybody blow by before I make the attempt. You know, so I do have some patience in that department, but still, there's just so much stupid shit out here. It's hard to keep up. And shit. Alright. I make more money making fuel mileage. It's strange. Are you an owner-operator shipwrecked? Because I could see why an owner-operator getting better fuel mileage goes by. Or you might get a fuel bonus, I guess. An efficiency bonus, which means you're not idling your truck. I'm always hauling light, so I wait to pass on a hill. You know, I take my opportunity to pass. It's just, I still hate the fuckers that speed up when I'm trying to pass them, though. They were going slow for fucking ever, and then I go try and pass them, and they speed up. And I just want to slap them in the back of their neck when I go by. I'm just like, you know, fuckers. Company fuel bonus. Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever go for the fuel bonus because I'd be idling at night and shit. But only if I need to. Zach backpacking around the world. Hello from Memphis. Hope you enjoy your time here when you were here a few months ago. Well, I did enjoy my time there. I'm actually going to be there again tomorrow. I don't know that I'm going to do anything touristy there because I'm just there to switch trucks and deliver a load. But if I get stuck there, who knows, maybe I'll go on a nice little hike or something. Don Grant, right now I'm working from the belly of the Amazon Air, or the beast Amazon Air, and I need to go back to school for my A. Does Amazon pay well? I see all the little bee trucks running around out here with the smile on them. Amazon's smiling underneath their mask. We get safety, fuel, and other such bonuses. The safer we are, the better we can get, and that's more CPM. We get bonus for extra mileage. Like the more miles we do, we get a bonus on our pay. Nothing for fuel though. There's no fuel bonus, thankfully, because, you know, like I said, I don't want to think about it. You know, I just want to go get the mileage. You know, and I don't think the fuel bonus would equal what I get going 68 if I went 62, you know? And 62 is about the sweet spot you want to go to for the best fuel mileage. We're really only talking like a savings of 1 to 2 miles per gallon, by the way. Trucking is dangerous in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Yeah, true. Probably more so right now, but I did have a couple years where I drove a B truck to and from Philly every night, and I did all right there. Later, Lauren, I'm going to get off of here myself shortly. I just wanted to go live and hang out with y'all because it was just a short video I put out on Keto tonight, and figured say goodbye to this fucking piece of shit truck, and we'll be in a new truck tomorrow. I'll film my setup or I'll give you the tour of the new truck once I settle in, and along with my review of all the intricacies and bullshit that I might be dealing with the new truck. My average MPG in the truck is about 9. I hit about 7, so 7's pretty good. 6 if it's heavy. Depends on how much is in the box. Later, Lauren. Greg Stevens, if you live as a minimalist, you really don't need to worry about how much you make. Well, here's the thing. It's how much time do I want to spend in this truck? Now, don't get me wrong. It's comfortable in here-ish most of the time when the truck's not broke. But I want to pile up as much money as I can so that I can take my mini retirements. And then I can make that money last 6, 8, 9, 10 months, a year maybe. I don't know. We'll find out when I get to that part. But the goal right now is when I'm out here, I need to make as much as I can for my time out here, because I'm selling my time to the man. And, you know, one of the reasons of going minimalist is to reclaim more of your fucking time. You know, I'm in my 40s. I got maybe 20-something good years left before I'm fucked up or something. I don't know. I'm trying to be healthy, but I do dumb shit, so who knows what could happen. Plus, the truck beats me up all day. But I want my retirement to be interspersed throughout the next 20 years. You know, 8 months here, 9 months there, 10 months here. So when I am working, I want it to be efficient, and I want to make a good amount of money in a shortest amount of time, and then take that money and coast living in the Prius, traveling, going to all the places I want to go. And that's my plan. So while I'm here, I don't want to sit here and, sit on my ass and not make money. It's not fun being in a truck stuck somewhere. And then you end up spending money when you are. So I prefer to leave my spending for when I'm in the Prius. But while I'm here, it's all about making as much money as I can in the shortest amount of time. Because while, I don't have much, the only debt I really have is my cell phone. I do have a credit card, but I keep it at nothing. I think there's $80 on it right now. So it gets paid off quickly every month. I don't really have any debt. So that's it. I got my phone bill and my car insurance. I own the car. So all the money I make, other than buying food, which I go to groceries because I got set up for that, goes into that fund, aside from any stupid purchases I make, which I don't make very many. Goes into that fund that's going to supply me with money so that I can travel and go on the hikes and do all the things I want to do. I still want to hike the AT at some point before I'm 50. So that's on the list of shit to do. But to do that, I got to actually train and get out there and do some smaller hikes. So, it's all about balance of time and efficient use of time. That's why I'm a minimalist. Because when you're a debt-free minimalist, you only have to work as much as you have to, and I've gotten by in 2 years just on $12,000 a year. I left trucking for 2 years. The only reason I came back to trucking was because of COVID, because it was tanking all of my little income streams. So I'm back now, and I'm going to make the best of it and take trucking for all it's worth. So let's see. Shipwrecked. I drive on reefer fleet. Can't sleep without it. I have driven reefer. I'm not a fan, but I can sleep through just about anything at this point. I park next to reefers because no one else does. So you should make your bed. Why would I do that? I'm about to crawl in it. That's a waste of time. Why make your bed? So it looks pretty? I'm gonna lay down in it and cover up. And plus all my shit's sitting there. A lot of shit ends up on the bed. Anyways, I think I'm gonna end this live stream. I think we've hung out long enough today. Tony Watson, hey, just finished drive shift, joined late, love your channel. Started intermittent fasting about 3 weeks ago from older vids. Feel better and starting to lose weight. Keep it up. I will, and I'll let you know how ADF goes. Today was a feed day. I had a ribeye today. Tomorrow I am fat fasting for the day, and then the next day I can eat again, and so on and so forth. It's going to cut my food bills in half, which is nice. So that whole thing about piling up money, well, it's getting more efficient. I'll be burning off some of that extra fat I've been carrying around. So we'll see. But I sometimes wonder if maybe it will just stay stagnant because I burn so few calories in this truck. So there's that. Anyways, that's it for this fucking live stream. Please like and subscribe. Hit that fucking bell too, because when I do this, I guess it tells you more. I don't know. You have to talk with Susan. She's got all of that on lockdown. But yeah, I will film my movement of the truck tomorrow and probably let you all know how my truck is comfort-wise. We'll see. I'll film that though. That'll be a premiere, not a live stream. Do you drink BPC on fast days? What is BPC? I drink coffee with heavy cream in it on my fast days. That's why I call it a fat fast and not a regular fast. So, talk to y'all later and shit. I gotta turn it off on the phone here. I don't know how to do that. Let's see. All right, have a nice motherfucking day and shit.